Hey guys, welcome to another episode. So I'm with the Mary from the Gateio. She is the marketing head of a Gateio. The Gateio is a very different exchange. It is not kind of the ICOs kind of things like many people heard, like we did it in the earlier videos. It is a IEO, right? So IEO is the initial exchange offering. So, Mary, I just wanted to get more insight. I'm really excited that what exactly you guys do, and you guys really have a good domain names get.io, right? It's like an entry point for the blockchain.
Absolutely. So Gate.io has been around since 2013. So we're one of the oldest crypto exchanges around. We do crypto to crypto. We've got over 200 blockchain assets and over 400 trading pairs. So we have a lot of different cryptocurrencies on our platform. We're also really happy to be one of the top 10 crypto exchange in terms of real volume. We just won an award in Singapore for top 10 crypto exchanges. Really excited about that. And we've been working with a lot of different research companies that really investigate all of the fake volume and all those problems, because that's a real problem in the industry. And that kind of brings us to all of the IEO stuff, What are IEOs? So IEO stands for Initial Exchange Offering. Originally, there was a real change in the way that you could raise funds. It was called ICO, Initial Coin Offering, and it was a real revolution in the world of funding. You were able to get money directly from people who are going to use your product, kind of similar to crowdfunding. It's crowdfunding, except that, instead of just having like a
real money
product, it was for the virtual world.
Yeah.
ICOs were great in some cases, but there was a real lack of accountability.
Absolutely.
And that's one of the things that IEOs offer. Accountability for the users, accountability for the projects, accountability for the exchange. So what do I mean by that? So the projects, when they work with an exchange, they're always going to be scared that the exchange is maybe, like I said, faking volume, faking users, all that kind of stuff. That's something that at Gate.io we take a firm stance against. We're very focused on transparency and integrity. We have zero wash trading. We have very low tolerance for that sort of thing. But yeah, so a lot of these projects, they're scared of being scammed by these exchanges because there are a lot of these exchanges around.
That's the main reason I feel like the Facebook and the Google, they actually ban all the crypto ICO offering advertisement, right? Because many people are getting scammed due to this kind of activity. See, it's like a two-sided sword. Like it has a good point of view, like going to create an innovation, and it's a different part also, the black side. Like, so world is getting introduced to the more black side about this. But I really appreciate like the IEO really giving accountability. That's the important part. Integrity and accountability of any investment is really important to build a better product. For Gate.io, what kind of a currency that you are right now enlisted in your platform?
So in April, we launched GT, Gate Chain Token, which is our native token. And we launched it because at the end of this year, we'll be launching our decentralized exchange, and it'll be the network transfer fee, used as a transfer fee. So that's one of the reasons that we launched it. We also launched it as a way to, keep on rewarding our users with various like discounts and offerings and that sort of thing. And then there are a host of other reasons, but basically we thought that GT would be great, especially for our decentralized exchange in the future. But and that kind of comes back to the whole IEO thing. One of the ways that we make sure that projects have accountability is is by, maybe they can raise some of their funds in GT, in our native token. And often we require that they lock some funds in our native token. And in that case, if the project sets a certain amount of milestones and deadlines, then we can decide to release the funds only if they reach those milestones. So of course it depends what the project is like and what kind of promises they make to the users, but we have the capability of doing that, and that really brings accountability. So like I said, projects is really important for them to have accountability from our side so that they know that the projects are real. Users, they want to know that, and this is very important, they want to know that the projects are real, they're going to deliver. That's something that we can offer. And one of the really big things, and I think this is really important, for ICOs, it was great, people were able to raise funds, but then the big question was, okay, that's great, we have this money, but where do we get listed now?
Yeah.
Right? How are you going to be able to liquidate the funds if you want to liquidate them? And so one of the reasons that IOs are also popular is because it decreases the risk that the user is taking, because the coin is going to be listed within the next 2 days on our platform. It means you're going to be able to liquidate it if you want to. That comes with a certain set of challenges because, there's a very small market cap, whales can come in and pump and dump. So we've taken measures to safeguard against that. And that was a trial and error lesson. But I think that's really important. You're launching your coin, and people need to be able to trade it, because otherwise, what is the point, really? And
having the active customers is really important in this era, because I had a discussion with a couple of guys who are doing the investment in this space. They always ask like accountability and transparency and the liquidity of the exchange is really important, right? Because these kind of things only help them to trust on the exchange. Otherwise, like there are many cases happen, like exchanges, like they shut down and they run away, right, with the existing, like it's happened a couple of times. So it's important to have that kind of a transparency, because it's an evolving process. As we know, like we are in the first step of a blockchain and the crypto, so we are expecting some more exciting things in this market. And what kind of a legal advice that you wanted to discuss with the entrepreneurs who want to be in the blockchain space? If somebody wanted to build an application in this particular market, then what kind of a precautions they have to consider? Because you understand the inside out, because you already have a ready to run product with you, like Gate.io and IEO, which is having a good accountability. So you guys are more cautious about giving a best result to your customers, right? So what kind of a precautions people has to consider while they are starting their own blockchain company or any kind of services?
so regulation is coming through this year. It's come in some countries already, like Japan and Korea. But yeah, we're seeing a lot of regulation being pushed through this year, and I suspect into next year as well.
Yeah.
I think you have to decide on what makes the most sense for you. I know, like, for example, in Southeast Asia, a lot of the licenses are going to come through at the very beginning of next year. And that's already kind of been decided, and the rules are already decided. So, if you work with the right people, you're going to be able to figure out what it is that is required. However, in some other countries, there's still decisions being made behind closed doors, or, just as part of a general discussion. It really obviously depends on what your project is. I know you mentioned that you work with a lot of developers and all of that. So I think you want to take a look at a place that's going to be friendly for developers, more so than at the moment necessarily crypto friendly.
Yeah.
That would be my advice. And I mean, though, where you're incorporated, I meet people every day who are
Yeah.
incorporated in a certain location and then have a lot of their staff in another or work out of another place.
Yeah. That's great. Like, as you know, like education is also important in this particular field. So whenever any new customer come up, you always try to get more insight about the education, like how educated your customer is in this particular space. Because as we discussed, Mary, like we need a to Z understanding of any kind of things. Like instead of A to Y or something like that, you should not have that one piece missing. Like because of that, fear is getting created in this ecosystem. So always go insightful is really important. Apart from that, how is your experience in this next Blog Asia event? Like, what is number one takeaway that you think you are getting from this conference?
The next blog conference has been amazing so far.
Yeah, that's
I was on a panel yesterday, and we were talking about, the future of funding, IEOs, and all of
Yeah.
that. And there was a lot of interesting insights from all of the various other panelists. I think, there's been a lot of discussion around IEOs and where the future is going to be at. IEOs were only really started a few months ago. I know it's been like a big buzzword, and
Yeah.
in the crypto space, everything goes so quickly. It seems like a century ago, but it's actually still really new. And like I said, we went through some initial hurdles when it came to trading, but we've pushed back on that, and we've implemented some rules to make sure that we would pass those hurdles. And I suspect that's the case for a lot of the different exchanges. And I suspect that all of them are, adopting different rules as well.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about IEOs because I think there's real potential there to make it an alternative way to fund your project. For ICOs, it was a potential way, but because there was a lack of accountability, it was a huge issue.
Yeah.
Whereas IEOs, of course, people, the projects bring some of their own users, but we already have some users, and it is not our incentive to go and scam them because, at Gate.io, we've got 3 million users.
This is huge. Yeah, that's the answer for this question. Like you are having a good accountability. That's why people want to come towards you.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Thank Mary for this wonderful interview. I hope you are enjoying the show.
Thank you so much.
Have a good day.
Bye.